Hey everybody, and I'm your host T, and this is Let's Not Play Resident Evil Part 3. This is my co-host Kim,
Hello?
and we're gonna pick it up and probably wrap it up in this part. Starting with characters.
Where would we like to go with the characters?
Okay, so every Resident Evil game, of course, what's a game, what's a story, what's a series without characters? I find most games can't progress past one sequel unless they have characters that you actually want to play as, cough Kratos. So there's a lot of characters in Resident Evil series. It's like the Sonic series in the sense that they're going to be adding someone in every time you play a new game, but people seem to actually like these characters. I don't know. Some of them are kind of one-dimensional, but let's start with some of the less than lovable voices.
Irving? We've got Irving.
I almost want to say I love Irving's voice because I almost feel you don't get enough of it.
Well, the voice is great. For a villain, the voice is great. But he doesn't have the character to back it up. He's such a weenie, but there's nothing there.
You really want him to be more of a mad scientist, but then he just kind of shows up, talks to you once, and then transforms.
Not even a mad scientist. He just has to be a greedy motherfucker.
That's a good way of putting it, yeah.
You get nothing. You get, I'm greedy, I'm not evil, I'm just greedy, and then suddenly I screwed up. Now I'm a giant sea monster.
I'm a giant sea monster. The way we all hope to end up at the end of our greed. So, he's almost someone I'd like to see more of, but characters we could do without. Let's try that. Any game, anyone, any person is applicable.
We bringing the movies into this?
No, not yet. That's the next topic.
Ashley.
Ashley, okay.
We're going back to Ashley. Everything comes back to Ashley.
I could have done without her.
Everyone could have done without her.
I don't see what the allure is to Jill Valentine. People seem to get a hard on for that. I don't know what it is.
She does nothing to me. She plays piano and picks locks and doesn't afraid of anything. I don't know. She doesn't know.
I don't know. I guess it's kind of like Tifa from Final Fantasy. I don't feel it. Everyone else does. Why
Ada.
not?
Ada as well. I don't mind Ada as a character, but as the whole, I'm Leon's super sexy love interest, and he's always gonna be chasing me. I just don't get it. She's not that great looking. I may be mistaken. I don't find she has very much character.
I agree with you completely. I don't find... I like Ada, sorta, but I don't think I like her as a sex interest, you know? She's kind of like what... I was gonna make a movie reference there. She's kind of like what you would rather see of Jill Valentine than you would see of super sexy Ada Wong, because I mean, sure, yeah, okay, that's sexy. She's a different, she's Oriental. Okay, fine. I just don't find her that.
Thought she was Euro-Asian.
Whatever, buddy. Okay, let's not go there, But it doesn't matter. The point is, right? Okay, so favorite character, I think we share that.
Wesker.
Yes, Albert Wesker. Yes.
Albert fucking Wesker. I swore. Deal with it.
We've sworn like 4 times since this has gone through, and everyone is 5. But, Albert Wesker, he gets the Medal of Honor for character.
Character and being a great villain.
He absolutely wins that.
He doesn't care who you are, what your plan is. If you're in his way, you're not going to be in his way for long.
You might not agree with me on this, but I think number 2 actually goes up to Chris. And it's kind of a weird one for me, but Chris actually does seem to go somewhere as the games progress. Unlike
his
Jill.
24-inch pythons in the 5th game.
And his grenade launcher in the pants. Oh, wait, no,
and
sorry,
his,
that was Billy.
Punching of boulders.
See... He actually seems to have, and he's also, got that, and, the, what's the word I'm looking for here? This, he's got this, like, rivalry with Wesker that seems to, develop as the series is going on. He was there in the first one, he's in Code Veronica, and all of these games he somehow finds Wesker and gets in these big, grudge
Brawls.
masses, yeah. And then at the 5th one, they settled the score. I like that. I think that's kind of cool.
I didn't like how they settled the
Okay,
score.
no, that was bad. They shouldn't have ended the series the way they did. But, they're not done. But
they're not done. But
Wesker's done.
And
spoilers.
Spoilers. And as much as he's my favorite character, please don't bring him back after that. Please.
Let him stay dead.
Just let him rest. I've watched him die 3 times. I've had enough. I can't take any more.
Oh, and he doesn't like to just stay dead either. Which is fine, because I guess his character says, I don't believe in death. But I mean, like, worst Wesker voice ever, I know. But he still seems to come back every time. And he, has some sort of new superpower or just humiliates them.
You make your villain too super powerful when you have to throw him into a volcano and blow his head off with 2, not 1, 2 rocket launchers.
Any fan of the series knows that's far too many rocket launchers.
The rocket launcher is supposed to be one hit, at least like 6 or 7 kills, or overkill.
Everything needs to die in one hit. It doesn't matter if you're the Nemesis. It doesn't matter if you're Mr. X and you have 4 buddies who are standing behind you, all of which are made of metal. It doesn't matter if you're... Well, Talos doesn't actually die in one shot, does he?
No.
Well, he's an exception. But Wesker seems to take 2. And,
Not even 2. He takes more than that. Look at the fights beforehand.
Infinite rocket launcher.
Yeah, infinite rocket launcher. Oh, that was a lot of fun going through 5 with the infinite ammo. You can shoot Wesker with the rocket launcher. The catch is, he catches those. And sometimes he just throws them to the side. I've had him throw them back at me once or twice, I think. But with the infinite rocket launcher, you shoot it at him, he catches it, you shoot him with another rocket, it does nothing. He kind of kneels down, you go over, you beat the crap out of him. If you get greedy, he beats the crap out of you.
You think this is a game? Yeah, no, alright, so I've been segueing around this for a while, but the Resident Evil movies.
No.
Alright, let me give you guys some prologue here. Me and Kim just recently went and we saw the new Resident Evil movie, which was Afterlife.
In 3D.
Of course, you can't see it any other way. It was real 3D.
Yes.
But of course, we being the fans we had to be, we knew all of the plot holes and we knew all of the continuity errors.
I went in thinking, alright, it's gonna be a terrible movie towards the games. I can deal with this. Just take it with a grain of salt. I came out of that movie, I don't know if I wanted to shoot someone else, myself, take everyone out with me.
I was so angry I broke Kim's necklace, it was horrible.
It was.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so let's start with the first movie.
First movie was manageable. I could have gotten around the first movie. I don't remember it. All the movies have sort of turned into one giant fan fiction to me. And it's exactly, if anyone does know how fan fictions are renowned for bad characters and Mary Sue's, if you are aware of the term, she fits it so perfectly. Alice, it's everything you could go wrong in a fan fiction goes wrong. She's kidnapped and then given superpowers.
Superpowers.
Yes, I don't mean they turned her into an experiment. Superpowers. She gets telekinetic abilities. And
she could kill people with her mind.
She doesn't just kill them. She causes buildings to explode. She reflects fire with it.
Oh man, she's super strength. I mean, she might as well be Superman and
without the kryptonite.
Just kill her with a rock, But
the one weakness they tried to give her was, we can control your mind, and she can even fight that.
Oh wow, okay.
Doesn't she blow up the satellite at one point or another with her mind?
With her mind. So the first movie was essentially the start, where you have to understand from the movies to the games, they don't follow each other, except in one case in which they follow everything to the letter, but they kind of screw it up. So, the first movie takes place in this Umbrella facility. Umbrella being the company, I think we mentioned this, that makes these weapons.
If you don't know what Umbrella is, you shouldn't be watching this.
You've got the wrong video. So, it's some Umbrella facility, and these mercenaries go in to clear it out after an outbreak. They get locked in. This Red Queen, or the computer terminal, tells them, we're going to kill you. Or, I'm sorry, I'm going to kill you. And,
to prevent the virus from escaping.
They shut her down, and she says, it doesn't matter if you shut me down because you have 35 minutes to get out of here alive.
Who makes their self-destruct sequence 35 minutes long? Seriously?
I would just be like, boom!
Self-destruct, active, boom!
Chunks fly out of the building, everybody's saved. What's hilarious about that movie, though, is if Umbrella had its way, they could have saved the future. But let's try to keep this spoiler-free for the fourth movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because especially the twist at the end.
There's the post-credit teaser. And that is what really, if I hadn't already been thrown over the edge by some of the stuff, that was just a kick in the balls, a punch in the head. It was.
You heard it here first, guys. Kim would grow balls to get kicked in them just to not see that trailer.
Yeah. Oh, I have things cannot be unseen, like Wesker ingesting people, but we'll save that for the 4th.
Zombie Wesker. Yeah, so...
Parasitic zombie Wesker. What were they thinking?
It's awful.
Oh.
So, alright, so these movies usually feature, like, a cast of characters. People you've never heard of before. Maybe, like, one or two. And
well,
the
first movie was all original characters, wasn't it? I do believe...
No, I'm talking about the actors who play them.
Oh, yeah, even that.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Mila Jovovich, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, she plays Alice, is married and has kids with the producer. Let that be... Take what you want from that. I don't know. I think there's a connection on why there are 4 of these really shitty movies.
So you're saying if I shtup the guy, I can get my own movie?
Yes,
Resident
you could.
Evil 5, T Returns, the Tyrant. Rah-rah. I think I would make an excellent tyrant. I mean, I just lower my voice like this. I walk in the room and kick in the door.
Stars. No, you gotta do the Uncharted.
Stars!
You gotta do the shotgun pump that demands respect.
I would kick everyone's ass in that film. So these movies tend to have a horrible cast. Well, not even the cast is like it's
writing, plot.
It's just they tend to go too far, but they try to follow the games, but then they just kind of like, how many references can we make before the end of this?
They're not sure who they're trying to make happy. They don't know if they want to make the fans of the movies happy, or if they want to make fans of the games happy. And in doing so, trying to get both, they're just making no... Well, I think the fans of the movies are still happy. Fans of the games seem to just be more and more pissed off.
You can't win, though. Like, just stop.
Please, stop.
So, by the end of these movies, I'm not going to grace you with the story of 2. Oh, wait, no, I will.
Remember the story of 2.
Tyrant Nemesis follows.
Yes, Nemesis.
Follows Stars.
Is Jill in the first?
Jill's in the second, yeah.
Jill Valentine in the second one, in that little renowned costume, the blue shirt, the mini skirt, and the sweater tied around her waist.
So
we know it's Jill Valentine.
So the third being, it's now the apocalypse because something happens in the second movie. And they need to find... Everyone's a refugee, and everyone needs to find a place to go.
This is where they bring in more video game characters. Cough, cough, Claire Redfield's convoy of survivors.
Oh, boy. So this movie ends, and where they should have stopped, because Alice now finds an army of psychic soldiers that are clones of her, made by Umbrella, and she says, let's go take the fight to Umbrella.
3 was the movie that had also the Wesker cameo, and it wasn't anything too significant. It didn't bother anyone in the least.
I mean, he's at the back of a table, right?
Yeah, he's sitting there, and he's like, they're having a board of directors meeting, and he's present. The one that bothered me, and it took me quite a few watches of the movie to actually clue into this one, because I kept missing where they mentioned it, was William Birkin. Is actually, like, the main mutation thing in the 3rd movie. And I never clued in that it was him. And then I'm like, really?
But he doesn't even mutate into what he's supposed to mutate into.
Yeah, he doesn't turn into my favorite boss. He turns into...
the Tyrant from the first game.
Yes, Tyrant. And he goes, I am the future. And
He gets cubed.
Yes, cubed.
And they both have psychic powers. I'm sorry. We're actually running real short on time. But I didn't think I'd make this a 3-parter. But you know what? We might as well. Or a 4-parter. So, I'm going to wrap it up real quick, as I'm being your host, T. This is my co-host, Kim.
Signing off once again.
And we'll continue in Let's Not Play Resident Evil Part 5. 4.